Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Real Life CFA. In this series, we're going to talk about all the important concepts in the CFA curriculum. So the topic for today is interest rate swaps. As always, let's start with the definition. What are interest rate swaps? An interest rate swap is a forward contract in which one stream of future interest payments is exchanged for another based on a specified principal amount. So what it basically means is two parties swapping interest payments. That's why it's called a swap. There are mainly three types of interest rate swaps. Float to fix, which means that you swap a float payment for a fixed payment. Fixed to float, you swap a fixed payment for a float payment. Float to float, you swap your float payment for another float payment. So what about fixed to fix? Fixed to fix makes more sense when you have a cross-currency swaps, but we're not going to talk about that. For this video, we only talk about single currency swaps. We'll talk about cross-currency swaps in another video. So how do you value an interest rate swap contract? Usually, an interest rate swap will start with a mark-to-market value of 0. After that, the mark-to-market of this contract will change with the market. So the value of this contract is basically the difference in total discounted cash flow between the two parties. An easier way to understand an interest rate swap is that you're exchanging the cash flow of two bonds, and the value of the contract is the difference in the value of the two bonds. Let's look at an example. So imagine IronHawk is a very successful business. Now it needs to expand. For its expansion, it needs some cash. So IronHawk decided to go to Silverman Sachs to borrow a loan of $1 million. And the interest rate on that loan is Libor. Libor stands for London Interbank Offer Rate. It is the benchmark interest rate at which major global banks lend to one another. And it's a floating rate, so it changes every day. So because IronHawk is so successful, it can actually borrow at the same rate as any major global banks. But I'm not happy with that rate because it's floating, and I think interest rate will go up, which means in the future, my interest cost will rise. So what can I do to eliminate that interest rate risk? I can go to a second bank, Scotiabank, which is my favorite bank. I can enter a contract with Scotiabank, which I pay them a fixed rate and they pay me Libor. This is called as interest rate swap contract because IronHawk and Scotia are exchanging interest rate payments. So how does Scotiabank figure out what fixed rate that IronHawk should pay in order to receive Libor? The traders will punch in a bunch of numbers such as the $1 million notional and the exact same term structures that matches with the loan between IronHawk and Silverman Sachs into their super fancy swap pricing tool. At the end, the tool will spit out a number, which is the exact fixed rate that IronHawk needs to pay in order to receive Libor. Once that's done, IronHawk has officially eliminated the interest rate risk on the $1 million loan because every month, Scotiabank will pay Libor on $1 million to IronHawk, and IronHawk will pay Silverman Sachs Libor on $1 million. So that cash flow gets cancelled out. And on the other hand, every month IronHawk needs to pay Scotia a fixed payment. So IronHawk has successfully turned a floating rate loan into a fixed rate loan. Magic! So that's a brief introduction of interest rate swaps. If you like our video, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.